Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of Gunpla TV. We are on episode 303, and this week, for the first time ever for me actually, I am joined by Ardith.
Hello.
Ardith, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Great to see you again. We'll talk about, you're here for a specific reason, and we'll talk about that in a second. But how about before that, let's take a look at all of the new stuff that has come in this week, shall we?
All right, let's chat.
Okay, so I'm going to lead off, actually. It's the smallest one up here, but actually, when I went to that Tokyo Hobby Show last September, even though we had all this other big stuff and the perfect grade and whatnot, there was one kit that I was kind of really excited for. And that is the Haropla Mobile Halo. Isn't this cool?
That is wild and wonky.
Isn't it wonky?
That's crazy.
Just on the last episode, 302, I looked at that. They actually just came out with another Haro, and that was like the more detailed Haro. The figurized, I think it was called the figurized Haro, and that had a clear outer shell to it, and you could see all the detail of the inside of the Haro. And then they had this like mini Haro that's inside the Haro, and inside that mini Haro there's another mini Haro, and that's just crazy. And Bandai's back with more Haro this week.
Wow.
So even though I have something else I'm working on, I definitely have to get this one built to show you guys next week, because this is just beyond awesome as far
I really
as
love
I'm
that
concerned.
juxtaposition where it's so, I mean, he's so, boy, how would I say that? He's just so, steampunk isn't quite it, but he's so boiler. There's like a boiler there, and then a smooth Haro. That's just...
And then smooth Haro. And it's kind of cool too, the Haro just like pops out. So you can pop out your Haro whenever you want. So that is just awesome. But yeah, you mean the steampunk, that's a good idea. If you guys out there have access to some like gold paints or silver paints and whatnot, maybe a little bit like try to scratch build some kind of gearish type stuff to add onto it. This would probably make
you could like take some watch gears. You can take some old watch gears and set them in there. That
is an excellent idea. Put some watch gears maybe on the side of these arm joints and whatnot. Some awesome ideas for our builders out there. So this guy just came in. Also, we have, let's go on. How about let's just keep looking at the ones on top here. So the next in the line of RE100 kits, this one actually just came in last week. This is the Gun EZ. And as far as RE100 kits go, I gotta say this is about the smallest box I think that I've seen so far for an RE100 kit, because this is the same scale as a master grade kit. So master grade kits, they usually
those tend to be
big,
more
So, but no, this is about actually it is about exactly the same size as an HG kit box size. So he must not be a very big mobile suit, but we'll have to see. Of course, this is also from the series V Gundam, I think. I think this is
that from Victory?
Victory Gundam, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
Taking a look, where does it say?
Right, I don't think it actually says on here. I want to say it's from Victory Gundam.
They expect us to know.
They expect everybody to know.
Victory Gundam-ish.
Right.
He's standing up to the victory. Come on, that's got to be him.
Right, well, actually, no, I think that is...
Fall down to the victory. Well, he's climbing up to the victory.
I think that is Victory. But the Victory Gundam is itself a really small mobile suit, so that would kind of make sense. And then also, something you actually know a lot more about, we have a new Yamato 2202 kit.
Yeah, the Andromeda class.
Andromeda class.
Wow, spiff.
It looks spiffy. So you guys, if you kind of remember, maybe, gosh, it's been more than a year, maybe 2 years ago, I built another Andromeda that came in, but that one had the full LED set. This is like a non-LED version, but what's really cool about this one is it has the option for you to be able to build it in both the regular battle cruiser with the guns blazing, and it also comes with parts to be able to build that aircraft carrier type thing on the back.
Cool.
So you have like a choice. So if you guys remember, a couple episodes actually ago, I did the mini, what do they call those mini?
The Mecha Collection?
Mecha Collection, thank you. That was it. We had a Mecha Collection version of this kind of come in, but the Mecha Collection version actually came with 5 ships.
Really?
So because they're small, so it's a lot easier to do. So it had 3 battle cruisers, and then it had the 2 aircraft carrier versions. So this kit doesn't come with 5 different kits in it, but you have a choice of which way you want to build it. So if you guys wanted to go really crazy, I think they probably include stickers to be able to build,
to mark them as
the different variants that you can do. So That is really
God,
awesome.
I'm kind of scared to look at this because this might be spoilers for the the last chapter of 2202 is coming out next month. You get some little Cosmo Tigers in there too.
Yes, those things
Cosmo
are
Tigers.
really tiny.
I love Cosmo Tigers. Those will be like micro Cosmo Tigers.
Those are really, really
But the detail looks really nice on them.
Right, they did a pretty good job of painting these. Maybe Dave, if you can get a shot in here, so you can put the shot on there of what we're looking at here. But yeah, those little fighters, they look cool. I don't know if I'd want to try painting them.
Yeah, that's where you have one hair in your brush and you paint between heartbeats.
Yes. Yeah, you just use the one hair to paint everything, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a lot of great modelers out there that have no trouble or no difficulty doing it.
I don't remember seeing this, the carrier one.
Oh, okay.
I don't recall seeing this in the chapters so far. Maybe I blinked and missed it, though it's hard with the battle so big on the screen, but I don't recall that, and that is a really neat design.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Wow.
I like that. Andromeda's always kind of been a cool looking ship to me. I mean, the Yamato, of course, has like the design elements that they stole from the Japanese battleship Yamato, but the Andromeda is like 100% pure, like new design intended for space. So you don't have like the old Yamato like elements to it. Just a completely new battleship. So I kind of like that.
And it's just so extra cool. It was just such a, the design is just such a dichotomy between this, the old style Yamato, and then the just so super cool. So super cool. And
a bit Star Warsy in a way too, maybe.
Yeah, well, actually, the Andromeda first came out in Sarabahu Chusenkan Yamato in 1978, and that was the year after Star Wars. So they probably I'm sure the design was inspired there.
They kept the same. The main battle cannons, though, of course, are still like Yamato inspired or Earth battleships kind of inspired.
Yeah, those wave motion guns on the front. Yeah,
wave motion guns.
Yes, that's what they are. The Haro. Double-barreled Haro. That leaves a serious dent.
All right. Well, maybe someday we're going to actually have these in actual outer space. America's building the Space Defense Force or whatever it's called.
Oh, man.
Maybe someday those will actually exist. All right, but we have one other kit that came in, and that one actually just came in today. And this is another one that I'm actually personally really excited for. Now, we've been waiting for this kit. Gosh, I think since 2015, I want to say, or 2014 maybe even. There was the original, not the original Build series, but the Build Fighters series that came after the original Build Fighters Try, I believe it was called. They had a customized kit in there, and it was called the R-Jarja. So this is the original design that kit was based off of, but they modified it to look more like the Gyan from Universal Century. So it wasn't exactly this kit. So a lot of people, since they already had that basic kind of frame for this kit, people have been waiting for this. Like, they have the Jarja. When are they actually going to make the Jarja? And now they finally actually made the Jarja.
That's great. It comes full circle.
Right?
Yeah.
So they started with the alternate version, and now finally we get the original version.
That's fantastic.
It's fantastic. It only took Bandai a couple of years to finally give it to us, though. Everybody's waiting, like, you have the kit. Actually, now that I've mentioned that, I'm going to break this open for 1 second. I'm sure we've got to have it on the runners here. One of these runners is probably going to mention that because they've probably stole 2014. Okay, so yeah, that Build Fighters Tri-Kit came out in 2014. So now it's 2019. So gosh, almost 5 years we've been waiting for this kit. Wow. Finally.
I wonder if we could see improved versions of some of the other, because like some of the other suits that were modified to come out in Build Fighters.
Right.
They had originally come out as kits for their original versions, but I wonder with the, all the advances that have been made, if maybe these Build Fighter releases could then lead to even better versions of the existing suits.
Right.
Kits.
Well, yeah, they've done that before. They've released Build Fighters kits, and then they've soon come out with, soon after they release the Build Fighters version, we get a version of the original. But for some reason, this one just Bandai
never got its due the first time.
They never got around to it. It's just probably been on the back burner forever.
It's because they got confused. They thought it was the
R-Jarja. Jar Jar Binks. So that's a cool kit. So I do want to get to these two kits, especially someday soon. So stay tuned for that. But speaking of kits that we have built, Ardith,
yes,
you helped me out a lot this week. Thank you for your help.
Sure.
What did you go ahead and put together for us?
It was an adventure. I have built the Go-Saurer.
Okay.
Go-Saurer.
So this one looked really cool too, I thought, in the box.
Yeah, no, this kit was released on the 25th anniversary of the anime series.
25th anniversary.
Yeah, it was called Nekeetsu Saikyo Go-Saurer, the hot-blooded ultimate Go-Saurer.
Did you watch the series?
Well, I kind of avoided the actual series when it first came out 25 years ago.
Right.
But what it was part of a line of series that was kind of canted toward kids.
Oh,
okay. But it's kind of interesting in that Tomy was behind the making of this series. Tomy, you know Takara Tomy?
Right.
Well, before there was Takara Tomy, there was Takara and there was Tomy.
Oh,
and
okay.
And in 1990, Takara contracted with Sunrise and said, let's do this series of anime series, and we'll bring out the toys, we'll bring out the kids, you do the anime series. And so that was how the Yusha series started for Takara in 1990. In 91, their rival Tomy said, hey, we want some of that. They contracted with Sunrise to do the Elderon series. And so this is the third series in this line. It was Raijino, and then Gambaruga, and then Go-Saurer, and then the series ended. But this was the end of the Elderon series.
Okay.
Takara's Yusha series continued on to 1998.
Oh, okay.
Even a little on past that. The last one in that was Geiger, which you've heard of.
Right.
So, but Go-Saurer was the last of the Elderon series, and these were canted toward younger kids. The animation quality was not real good, but the main point was to get it out to have the toys.
To sell the toys.
One of the interesting things about the Elderon series was it was about classes of kids, like school classes of kids, and it looked at it as a practical matter of the kids are given by Elderon, which is kind of like this protective spirit of Earth. The kids are given the makings for these giant robots, but where do you keep them? And do the kids just have this robot?
Do they pull it out of their backpack?
No, they don't. They go to school in it. You put the parts of the robots in parts of your town. Because what are you going to do? It's a robot.
Right.
And of course the town people want to help out, and their kids have been entrusted with this. So it's like a community sort of thing. In fighting evil and protecting the earth. And so in Go-Saurer, this is the Saurer jet, and actually, the kids go to school inside this. This is part of the school.
Okay, so they got like a whole classroom.
So the classroom is actually one of the schoolrooms that is inside the Saurer jet.
Okay.
It's a community, fighting evil is everybody's battle, but especially in your home community.
They got some crazy ideas.
They do.
Shall we take a closer look at that?
Shall, yeah.
Okay.
This kit was released on the 25th anniversary of Go-Saurer, and the instructions actually tell you a little bit about the show.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was really nice, because this is, one of the relatively few mecha shows of the 90s that I had not actually seen much of. And so I just thought it was neat that it actually tells you a tiny bit about it. Page by page, it has, the actual characters of the show introduce parts of... Let me show an example.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that on camera. See, that looks cool. That's something you don't really see in like a Gundam instruction manual. There's one we got.
Yeah, like for example, here's Masuo Fujiyoshi.
Yeah, there we go. That looks cool. And then he says, "Let's start by assembling the Saurer jet."
So as you go, he'll the different characters will pop up through here and tell you about different features of the various mecha, and I just thought it was really neat. So for people who grew up with the show, now they most of them, a lot of them have kids of their own, and this is a way that they can share the fun of the show they enjoyed with the kid, and the characters kind of introduce it to the person building it too. Just thought that was neat. So this is the Saurer jet.
Okay, it does look really jetty.
Yeah, and that is the main mecha. And of course, they go to school inside there somewhere. Several. This isn't the inclusive school, but several of the rooms in there are school rooms.
Okay. So are there like students in here that like don't participate in the robot stuff at all? They're just like regular students, or
no? They have all of the kids in that 6th grade class are in the.
Oh, everybody does this. Okay.
Yeah, they've got oh gosh, I couldn't tell you how many, but just kind of reading through this, it looks like probably at least, a dozen, 12, 15 kids or so. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this when you start building this, it starts with the head of the robot.
Okay. Where is that?
Somewhere deep within the recesses of that. See, they have you build this great head, and then you kind of build around it, and it disappears, and oh wait, and then it, the jet emerges from that. So it's kind of incentive to want to transform it. Now, when I've built a kit before, it's like, I built the kit, great, I have this kit.
Right.
And it's just such an alien concept to me.
Right.
To then you take part of it apart, to then change it to something else. That just, I'm kind of intimidated, actually. But knowing that this beautiful robot head is in there just ready to swing out into action, it's kind of like, I do kind of want to pick it up and get him out of there.
Get him out of there. Shall we rescue him?
Let's shall.
Okay, but I think maybe before we go to like that big giant Go-Saurer like robot form, you want to break it into the smaller individual dinos? Is that
right? What happens is the Saurer jet takes the kids to where they need to go. Okay. And then it breaks apart into 3 mecha.
Okay.
And those are the Land Stego, the Mahatera, like pterodactyl, and the Thunder Brachio.
Okay.
And so we were able to do that all from this jet.
All right, so let's take a look at those 3 dinos.
Okay. All right, now the jet is assembled, the jet disassembles through the Saurer formation, in which you're going to form the Saurer. So we're going to remove the wings. So those come off. And the arms come off. And the legs come off. Now see, you've noticed he's kind of standing backwards there.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. So now we are ready for the Saurer formation.
Okay, so these are the main parts here. That's interesting. His legs are all connected together there.
They do disconnect. They
snap apart.
Yep, they have these nice little tabs where they can go in there to kind of hold them in place until...
Oh, that's good. If it doesn't have those tabs, they would just kind of be flopping all over the place.
Yeah, so it really does help.
There you go.
Of course, the hips shift too, so there we go.
Hey, not bad. All right, so let's transform. Okay, so wow, we got not 1, not 2, but we got 3 little things going on here.
We have 3 of them going. We have the Mahatera, Butera, which is the...
This is the guy that's rotating around here in the first one here. Let's take a closer look at him. So these aren't the legs for the Go-Saurer though, right?
Right, those are the arms.
The arms, okay, so the arms now become legs. The arms are now legs for this little dinosaur looking thing. He's kind of cool. He's got claws on his wings here. He's got a little beak and a little nice clear blue plastic thing for the head there. That's kind of cool. These wings have some kind of flex to them, some movement. So if you guys out there really want, does this also rotate here?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Maybe it's like he can be going into attack mode. That's awesome. And of course, the arms have the same movement as the arm would. Little feet. There's a little bit of hollow space under the feet, but that's pretty cool. All right. So what other dinosaurs we have?
We have coming up here the Thunder Brachio.
Thunder Brachio. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So what originally was this guy?
He has come from the feet.
Okay.
And then the head and neck is a separate part.
Okay, so this head and neck part is only used when you have it in this separate mini dino form.
But his little feet fold out. I love his little hocks in back. They're so cute. Little mecha hocks.
A little tiny thing. Yeah, that's kind of cool. These things just fold right in and out whenever you need them. He's got, I don't know, he's like some cannons on the back when he wants to attack. And of course, you can see the hip joint. So there's your legs with a dinosaur head attached. This is not something you see every day in a Gundam kit. That's definitely for sure. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I always admire Bandai for what they do with their plastic.
I'd like to see him run.
That would be quite interesting.
I'm kind of superimposing a Zoid over him in my head. You know, like
one of those like, what do they call it? What's that tiny dog that has little tiny legs?
Aibo?
Oh no, the actual dog, like a hot dog, wiener dog.
Oh wait, a dachshund?
A dachshund, that's it, right? And when they run, they've got these long bodies, but then they just have these little legs like...
That muffin is one fast wiener dog.
Maybe the same type of thing, except this one's not long, it's kind of wide and fat.
Here comes the land stego.
Okay, stego. So of course, based on the dinosaur Stegosaurus, we've got the fins on the back there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Now most of this is formed from I think it's a shield.
Oh,
and,
okay.
So this is a separate part, and let's see. There is a little thingy that attaches to it. That's like a handhold. It's pulled off now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so right. So when that's attached to it in shield form, then Go-Saurer can hold onto his shield.
Okay, so his shield becomes the Stegosaurus on the back, and this one, of course, has little feet that can also move too. So it would be quite interesting to see this guy run.
I like the attention to detail with the little spikes on the back of the Stegosaurus tail.
Right, and this is also the cockpit for the airplane mode that we saw.
So they have an interesting view of life when land stego hits the ground.
Whoever's sitting in here, they get to see all that mecha dinosaur poo whenever it comes out. Well, that's kind of cool. We got 3 different. So there's a lot of different varieties for this kit to be able to display. If you want to display it in little mini mecha form or in that bird form or that like jet form that we saw originally, but there's still one more form that we haven't seen for this kit, and I think that's the main form.
Main Go-Saurer.
The main Go-Saurer form. All right, so let's take a look at that. Also, one thing before we get into that, this kit comes with this little block, which is kind of fun because I don't think this has any actual use inside the kit itself.
No, it's just to hold the spare pieces parts.
It's just here to hold spare pieces. So gosh, that's an interesting thing. I think even the shield thing here, I pulled this off to use on the Stegosaurus. You can even store that there. So that's kind of really cool. I mean, it's got all these plugs for a whole bunch of different things. So if you have it in the bird form and you're not using the head, maybe that connects onto here some way.
Right. In the instructions, they actually show that part can be put here on this block to hold it.
That is
They're
awesome.
really useful instructions.
Right. Usually whenever I have a bunch of like parts like that aren't being used in the form that I build it, I have to use like a Ziploc bag. I'm always running to a 100 yen shop to buy like boxes of Ziploc bags to keep for my kit so I can keep all those spare parts. But with this, you can just plug them on there and you don't have to worry about losing your spare parts when they're not in use, and that is really awesome. All right, so let's take a look at his main Go-Saurer mecha form.
When the hearts of the Saurers become one, the 3 Saurer robots perform the Nekeetsu Saikyo. And there we have it. Go-Saurer.
So, now he's in his main mecha form. I gotta say, this looks really spiffy. He looks really cool when he's all built together in this one mega form. He looks quite large too, so I mean, it's about maybe the size of a larger HG kit, but he's no slouch either. He's pretty nice and bulky. Really awesome looking here.
Big enough to carry along a class of 6th grade kids.
Yeah, an entire class of 6th grade kids on the inside. So yeah, so he's got a really awesome looking long sword here. I like the design of the sword. That looks cool. And then of course you saw the Stegosaurus. We used this as the back of the Stegosaurus, but here it is completed together as his shield. And he's got a really awesome looking head there. With a little tiny gem in the middle.
Yeah, now that we get to see the head, that's what was buried down inside his chest. Now, when he's inside the chest, he's got this decoration.
Yeah, so you can't really see that at all once it's on the inside, though, can you? But they still have it, so that just replaces this thing when you have it on the inside.
But those little jewels on there were such a booger to get in there. Oh my gosh.
A little bit tricky, I can imagine. That's kind of cool. They've got this nice looking detailed sticker on the inside of this.
Yeah, you have two options for that sticker. That is the only one that they give you multiple options on. The other option is to just have it in shiny.
Oh, and in just a plain silver?
So you can have it silver or with a neat mechanical design.
I kind of like that mechanical design. I gotta say, that's the choice that I would go to. Looks like he's got some pretty good range of movements as well. The shoulder and the arms, you got some double jointed shoulders, or elbows I should say there. So I think you should be able to pose this guy really, really well if you would like to do that.
There is a neat feature that just really cracks me up about this. And he's toe cap and goodness. And that is these red sections on his hips. In the instructions, they give you parts for what they say is the anime version. And when I read that, I'm like, the anime version? What other version is this? You know, maybe there's a manga that ran in, Bonbon or Korokoro or something. But no, what they are is for the simplified drawing style. Of the anime. They're just, it just pops on with these red covers.
So this just
that doesn't have
right
the detail. Here? So this is what you saw when actually the robot was in action. Oh no! He dropped his shield.
Oh well. Okay, yeah, so that's kind of really detail-less, really anime-ish, I guess you could say.
I just thought it was great. It's honest.
Right.
So...
No, he lost his shield. Oh, well. That's okay.
But the shield is neat in itself.
That is a really cool shield.
And this is what we've got from the Stegosaurus spines.
Right. I like the wings on this guy. He's got those really, really long, wide wings. That is a really awesome kit. Well, thank you very much for building that for us.
Thank you for having me build it. It was a lot of fun.
It was really fun to see this. Thank you very much for building that. That was a great look at that. I'm tempted. I kind of really want to build that for myself. It looks cool.
You can do a lot with it. Lots of great gimmicks. Colorful, fun.
There's just so much to do, so little time.
So many great kits.
So many great kits. All right, so I think it's about that time of the week for the comments. Now, Ardith, would you help me with the comments this week? Would you read them off for us?
Sure.
All right, so who do we have for that first one here?
Well, this first comment is from JCS 727.
727? I wonder if that's because of the Boeing 727?
Don't know.
Don't know? We'll have to, maybe he'll post in the comment where that's from. All right, but what did Mr. 727 say?
He said, Happy New Year to both of you, Todd and Lindsay, as well as the rest of the team. I hope we can put our best legs forward in this coming new year. LOL.
Okay, best legs forward. Hey!
Speaking of legs.
Hey! So this is about as far as I've gone so far on that perfect grade 7 swords that I'm building. So last week you saw that I had the feet done. Now I've worked towards the legs, and they've I don't know, they've taken a bit time, and I've been busy with some other stuff, so I haven't been able to get going on it as much as I would like to, but I am still cracking away at this kit.
You're in training for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, right?
Oh.
With the new event?
The new event, what would that be?
Foot Fu! Gundam Foot Fu! Gunpla Foot Fu!
2020 Olympics, that is coming up soon. Actually, looking at this, I'm kind of getting a little bit hungry here.
Drummies.
Eat some Gundam leg. We could do some box dancing. Hello, my Okay. Right. And also he mentions putting the best leg forward too. That also, this marks 1 year since I broke my leg last year.
Has it been a full year?
It's been a full year. So thankfully I didn't break my leg so far yet this year. So hopefully no more broken parts.
Yeah.
All right. So what is that next comment that we have there?
The next one is from Foxtrot Lore.
Oh.
Foxtrot Lore asks, what is it like working for HLJ?
Okay.
That covers a lot of ground.
It does indeed. All right. So I will just start and say, I mean, gosh, you guys can see up here. We're here every week, and every week we have new stuff that comes in. So I mean, it's really cool because we are a really big hobby shop, basically. So if you guys have ever been to a hobby shop in Tokyo, or basically a hobby shop anywhere, you go through aisles and there's just aisles and aisles of stuff. Lots of models, lots of tools. And working here, of course, I have access to be able to get all of this stuff. So I think for me, that is really, as a model builder, to be able to have access to all these models, it's just really awesome, I have to say.
And to be able to see what exists.
Right.
And just to be able to go out and walk through the aisles.
Yes.
And just look. Just because we get them from all over the world. I mean, we started off just selling the ones from Japan, and the ones from Japan, I'm sorry, those are just the finest in the world. But we also, we carry them from China. Right. We get in scale models from Europe and the Czech Republic and Poland and just all over the world.
All over the world. that's also another awesome thing about working here, is being able to have access to we have such a large catalog of stuff that we carry on the internet that you guys can order. But of course, working here, we also have access to this stuff. So, I mean, if I want to buy an Airfix kit from England, we have access to that. If I want to buy Gundam, we have access to that. So, it's awesome.
Yeah, we are really lucky.
We are indeed lucky, I have to say. So, thank you, Scott, for putting together a nice company.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So, is it time, speaking of working for a great company, is it time for a new giveaway?
Oh, I believe the clock on the wall says yes.
Okay, so it is that time of the week again. So, Ardith, if you can hold that up for me there. So, every week here on Gunpla TV, we like to give away 2,000 yen HobbyLink Japan store credit. And this is good for anything in that large warehouse that we carry.
Wow.
Anything that's on our site that is available to order. So, this week, the random number generator has chosen comment number 50. Ooh. And that is A Trehi 110810, and they say, love that Haro, not this one. Can't wait to see what amazing kits Bandai put their sleeves in 2019.
Bandai has really, really big sleeves, and there's no telling what Bandai's going to be pulling out of those sleeves now.
There's no telling whether it's something that we've been waiting 5 years for, or something cool and new and original like a Haro Walker. There's no telling what Bandai is going to crank out in 2019. Yeah. The year is still young. So, and I think we're pretty much covering all that we have seen at that Tokyo Hobby Show last September. So, we should be getting some new announcements.
New reveals are just around the corner.
Probably just around the corner. So, something to look forward to.
Well, congratulations, Atre. How do I say it? Atre 110.
Atre 110. All right, so I'll be contacting you shortly on hobbylink.tv to get that credit for you. All right, so if you guys out there would also like to win 2,000 yen HobbyLink Japan store credit, all you need to do is go to hobbylink.tv, find episode number 303, and post a comment. Now, please remember to register that you have an actual account on hobbylink.tv. If you just post a comment without an account, I have no way of being able to contacting you, actually. So please be sure to register on hobbylink.tv as well. Also, please remember to like and subscribe us on YouTube. Every little bit helps. And I think that about does it for this week.
All right.
Thank you again very much, Ardith, for helping me build that kit.
It was great. I enjoyed it
this week. Always fun to be able to talk some cool, nerdy stuff with fellow fans.
Fellow freaks.
I don't want to say. But, yeah, thank you very much. Please remember, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, all of the social media sites that matter. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again shortly with some new build kits on this show.